republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. That gets us to our board elections. During the first meeting of September, we always elect our board positions, which are chair, vice chair, and our Tennessee Legislative Network, TLN, representative as well. So the first one that we will do is board chair. Do we have any nominations? Ms. Blair?
I nominate Rachel Ann Elrod for chair.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All right, motion's been first and seconded. All of those in favor, please raise their hand. All right, it's unanimous. Thank you. All right, the next one we have is vice chair. Do we have any motions?
Chair, I nominate Frida Player as vice chair.
Perfect. Any seconds?
Second.
Perfect. All those in favor, please raise your hand. All right, that's everyone as well. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
I know.
And then our last one is TLN, our Tennessee Legislative Network. Do we have any motions for that representative?
I
Ms.
nominate
Masters.
Christian Buggs to be our legislative representative.
Okay. Do we have any seconds?
Second.
Oh, we have many seconds for that one. All right, all of those in favor, please raise your hand. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you for taking that on, Christian. Before we get started, I just want to say that I am very honored to be the board chair, and especially humbled to have the support of all of you. And thank you for your vote of confidence in me. But I also want to publicly thank y'all for your service as well. We have a tremendous responsibility here on the board, and there's a wide breadth of work that we have to do. And as some of you have heard me say, I like to think of it as kudzu. It creeps into all the corners of your life. And that's particularly probably true for us as an all-female, all-woman board, because we have all the additional responsibilities, usually a family and other things that go along with that. So I understand that it can be a heavy load. I really appreciate all of your own commitments to it. None of the big things that we have gotten done recently have been done by any individual. It's all been a team effort through us on the board and through our own staff and everyone else. And so I really appreciate the opportunity to continue to be the board chair with y'all. And yeah, I'm proud to represent District 2, but I'm also proud to be y'all's chair as well. So thank you so much. All right, so that gets us to the agenda. So may I have a motion to either adopt or amend the agenda as it's listed?
I move to amend the agenda to include the swearing in of our new student board member after we vote on the adoption.
Okay. Let me get my pen out, I apologize. I'm so sorry, Member Tyler. Are you saying after awards and recognitions?
Yeah, we'll do after. Yeah, let's do it after awards and recognitions. Give it
Okay.
time.
Second.
Okay. That's been first and seconded. Do we, all those in favor, please raise your hand.
Shut up, Sherry.
Oh, that's,
I know.
that is everybody. Okay. Thank y'all. Okay. All right, so our student board member will be sworn in after awards and recognitions. Thank you so much. All right, guys, well, that gets us to our awards and recognitions, which brings us also to Dr. Battle, who is attending to us virtually. We're so happy to see you. And she's going to be talking about our Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, which is Alex Green Elementary. So,
I'm sorry, what school was that again?
it's called Alex Green Elementary. I believe Alex Green is in District 1.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So Dr. Battle, if you'll take it away.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Chair Elrod and board members. Yes, tonight we are honoring a school that has made tremendous strides to achieve a national honor. Alex Green Design Technology Magnet Elementary School in Whites Creek was recently honored by the National Blue Ribbon Schools of Excellence, a nonprofit organization that helps schools across the nation understand and build on their strengths. This recognition is a great testament to the growth, transformation, and innovation that have been happening at Alex Green for the past few years. Since 2021, Alex Green has been part of the Magnet Schools Assistance Program, which aims to create diverse learning environments in schools across the district. Alex Green's specific curriculum focuses on technology and on training young students to be curious, to be creative, and to be innovative. And in 2022, Alex Green exited priority status with the state as a result of the great gains they had already started making. All of this happened under the excellent leadership of the principal, Dr. Robin Beard, and through the hard work and dedication of the entire leadership team, her faculty and support staff who show up every day to support the students and families at Alex Green. Principal Beard, thank you so much to you and your team. Thank you so much for all you do for your students, your entire school community, for everything you've done and will continue to do to make Alex Green shine. We appreciate all of you and what you're doing so much. And although I can't be in it, I'd like to invite you to come up for a photo in front of the board so that we can celebrate you and recognize Alex Green Elementary School. Congratulations.
I think she should stand under Dr. Battle's giant head.
That would be beautiful.
I love that.
Congratulations, Dr. Beard.
Congratulations.
Chair Elrod and Dr. Battle, if you don't mind, a moment of privilege. My youngest little sister, Brigale Buggs, I thank you, Dr. Beard, for taking a chance on a young future EL student, taking her under your wing, and for making her now a blue ribbon school teacher. So congratulations again.
All right, thank you, Dr. Battle, for those updates. All right, that brings us to the director's report. We have in front of us the TVOS results for 22-23. So, Dr. Battle, I'll turn it back over to you for that.
Thank you again, and congratulations, Chair Elrod and Ms. Player and Ms. Buggs on your nominations and selections this evening. Oh my goodness, I must first start by thanking the board, every school community and the community at large, our elected officials, all of those who showed up in a big way for our students this Saturday at our celebration of schools in Nissan Stadium. If you were not there, you missed a treat. There's so much enthusiasm and excitement from our school teams, and just a very celebratory space with every school being represented and every high school band being showcased in Nashville this weekend. So thank you, board members, each and every one of you who were there and shouted out your schools and represented in a big way. We are still using that momentum from the weekend into the week, and we'll do so for the weeks ahead. So I'm really excited about this report because it's full of good news about the great work our students and staff have been doing. We have been seeing tremendous outcomes in the TVOS numbers we've gotten back from the state this year, with the big headline, of course, being that we achieved level 5 status as a district for the second year in a row. And level 5, as you all know, is the highest level a district can achieve. That accomplishment in back-to-back school years is a beautiful reflection of the amazing work done by our students, teachers, building leadership, support staff, parents, community partners, the support hub staff, with excellent guidance from our board members. A first-rate team effort all around. And there are a lot of great things happening. There are a lot more great numbers, great results, and great headlines behind that one. They tell wonderful stories about numerous schools, grade levels, and academic subject areas. They also help us glean a deeper perspective of areas of focus for continuous improvement. We are clear about this data and have created robust plans to help support accelerating growth outcomes across all content areas in all grades. Overall, this is great news. So I'm excited to turn the floor over to Dr. Tina Stinson, our Executive Director of Research, Assessment, and Evaluation, to walk you through those stories tonight. Dr. Stinson, take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Battle, Board Chair, Board members. I am here to talk about the TVOS results, and thanks for that wonderful introduction. We were bursting to tell you last time, but we couldn't because they were under embargo. As always, we want to try to ground our presentation in the core tenets, focused outcomes, and signature initiatives. In this particular case, two of the core tenets stand out: identifying and eliminating inequities and creating and supporting engaging, rigorous, and personalized learning opportunities and experiences for students. Literacy and numeracy are, of course, the outcomes, along with some others. And really all of the signature initiatives help build toward our TVOS scores. Let's start out with some district celebrations. Obviously, the system-wide composite was level 5 for the second time in a row. The last time we had this 2-year back-to-back consecutive years of growth like this was way back in 2014 and 15. There were level 5 scores in literacy, numeracy, and literacy plus numeracy for the second time in a row. And I couldn't find 2 years in a row where we had that. The last time we had that was in 2014. MNPS earned a level 5 science score for the first time since 2015. There were some years we didn't have data, but we're still excited about that. And in social studies, we kept pace with the state, earning a level 3. Let's talk a little bit about elementary, middle, and high school scores. For elementary, middle, we had level 5s in every subject area and in the composite. Literacy, numeracy, literacy, plus numeracy, and social studies were level 5 for the second time in a row. And grade level data for literacy and math were level 5 in 4 out of the 5 grades. We had a science score of 5 overall, and every single grade level had that level 5 in science. And social studies, which you may remember only has the 3 grades, 6, 7, 8, we were level 4 or 5 for 2 out of 3 of these. And we are going to talk about grade level results in a minute. But first, let's talk about celebrating the high school value added. The EOC system-wide composite score was level 5. Literacy was level 5 for English 1 and English 2 and overall. And the thing I'm most excited about is that the ACT composite growth was a level 5 for every subject and the composite. This one represents students' growth all the way through high school, not just a year-over-year growth. We haven't scored that high in a little while, 2019, and you can see how good that is in a few minutes. But first, let's talk about grades 4 through 8 ELA and math. I'm going to leave this up here. I'm not going to read it all to you, but you can see the grades at which we made the most gains for both reading and math. I want to point out the growth measure percentile, which is the second to the last column, because this represents kind of how we're doing relative to the state. You all Remember that a percentile is basically the percentage of, in this case, districts we are doing better than. And you can see some pretty high scores here, all the way up to like 79 in grade 4 math, for example, 58 in across grades in English language arts. So we are pretty solidly outperforming the state in most of these grades and across grades for sure. Next, let's look at 4 to 8 science and social studies, value added. Grade 4 science is tested and grade 3 science is tested, but there aren't enough items to really show it here. So you don't see a composite and you just see the grade levels. And look at the growth measure percentiles here, 83, 85. Our students are doing really well. Growing really well. And then you see grades 3 through 8 social studies. And you can see the 2 out of the 3 that we made really good gains in. We are going to talk a little bit about grade level data in a minute too. But I mentioned the ACT value added, and look at not only are we level 5, but look at those growth measure percentiles. For science and reasoning and reading, 90th percentile, 91st percentile. All of them at or above the 70th percentile, meaning that throughout a high school career, our students are growing. And with that very brief introduction, I'm going to turn the mic over to Dr. Bellamy.
Thank you, Dr. Stinson. And so before we continue on with celebrating and presenting some data that we're pretty proud of, I do want to take a moment and focus on some next steps. And so I'm sure as we were going through that, your eyes may have been drawn to a couple areas that were not level 5, a couple areas that we certainly want to work on. And so throughout celebrating all this, we must know where we are, but we can't stay there, as Dr. Bidle would tell us if she were sitting here looking at us right now. And so in particular, we want to look in the transition grades. We saw some pockets of lower performance growth-wise in both 5th grade ELA and math, and then along with 8th grade social studies. They were the only 3 through 8 subjects lower than a level 5, which is always what we're shooting for, but I'll remind the board level 3 is considered an appropriate amount of growth. And so in immediate response to that, we've begun already adding 5th grade to Enriching Scholars, our program where students come in on Saturdays to receive additional standards-based instruction along with mentoring and some other supports. And so 5th grade has been immediately added to Enriching Scholars. We have increased curricular support in 5th grade for ELA and math and in 8th grade social studies. I'll talk a little bit about just the transition that we're completing in that last bullet point. We'll continue to complete our 5th grade realignment. Currently, where we have 5th grade sitting in the majority of places, it has been realigned to elementary, but it's not quite done yet. So we do have some middle schools, for example, that are juggling wit and wisdom in ELA and my perspectives in ELA. And so that puts a strain on a building as a whole as their administrators are learning 2 curriculums. Their coaches have to know 2 curriculums. They're supporting a 5th grade team with one and a 6th through 8th grade team with the other. Additionally, it puts strain on the district resources because the way our teaching and learning department is broken up at the support hub is elementary and then secondary. And so again, you have a secondary team that might be supporting 6 through 8 in a building and then need to support a 5th grade team in a curriculum that they are not as well versed in. Or you have an elementary team that is having to go to a middle school to support 1 grade level. Either way, it's not ideal. And so we've done a deep data dive into our 5th grade transition, and some of this is as we continue that, it's a tough transition grade. The content is the hardest that you're going to see in the elementary level, and so that's why we've infused the curricular supports you see there, and we'll continue on with our strategies of finishing that realignment. In secondary math, our EOCs, our end-of-course exams, you may have noticed that our IM, our integrated math courses, did not receive the same TVAS scores that we saw in other areas. It's important to point out, though, that the success rate overall in those EOC courses did increase. And so we're moving the right way, just not at the pace we want to be moving. And so we are immediately instilling some supports there as well. So our curriculum adoption that you all voted on earlier this year, we expect to pay big dividends with the open up resources provided along with the professional development and the curriculum support that goes along with that, similar to our previous adoption in literacy. Monthly principal professional development through the PLN is going to be focused on integrated math this year. We were already moving that way with the adoption. We are just continuing to double down on that as we saw it pay dividends with the literacy adoption. We have added an additional benchmark at the EOC level. Last year we were juggling with benchmarks being new, trying to juggle the balance between mid-year benchmarks and midterms happening, and we wanted to build in and make sure we get that critical data point. So they will have a December benchmark and in addition that they did not have last year, so we did not have that data. Finally, the increased collaboration between our secondary teaching and learning department and our schools through the executive directors that work for Chief Perry and myself. And so going on partnered learning walks, making sure the curriculum is being implemented in the PD that our teachers need is right there on demand. And finally, the addition of all zoned high schools with integrated math to enriching scholars as well. And so we're excited about all these efforts, and we know that this time next year we'll be sharing different numbers in these areas. But if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to turn back to celebrations now. So I want to take a minute and make sure we hit the next steps for you, and then I want to continue to celebrate the work Dr. Stinson started. And so I won't read each of these slides to you, but I do want to call your attention to a few numbers. In particular, 33 level 5 composite schools. 45 with a 4 or 5, and 85 with a level 3, 4 or 5. That's amazing work. That's amazing work for our schools, and I want to take a minute and make sure they hear us say that again. You can see the numbers in literacy, numeracy, the combined growth in literacy. So, and finally in science, you might notice these numbers look a little lower. But in science, our schools did not necessarily, not all schools had prior data, so you can't calculate a growth score. So that would explain why you see a significantly lower number of schools with science earning a level 3, 4, or 5. But again, when you pause and you look at the sheer numbers of 3, 4s, and 5s on these slides, I think it's indicative of the amazing work our principals and our teachers and our school staffs are doing, and the work that you're all advocating for here at the board level. And let's put it, we said 33 level 5 schools. So the last slide I want to share with the board this evening before I turn it over to Chief Perry is the names of these 33 level 5 schools. And I'm going to leave the slide there for a second. I wasn't going to name them all, but I might pause and do it anyways. And so if you guys will give me a point of privilege, I'm going to call through it real quick. A.Z. Kelly Elementary, Cane Ridge Elementary, Croft Middle, Dodson Elementary, DuPont Hadley Middle, DuPont Tyler Middle, Aiken Elementary, Gateway Elementary, Glencliff Elementary.
Don't forget
I'm coming back. Early College High School. I'm sorry, Principal Rowe. Early College High School. Where was I? Granbury Elementary. My apologies. H.G. Hill Middle. Henry C. Maxwell Elementary. Hume Fogg High School.
Classy.
Ida B. Wells Elementary.
Classy.
Isaiah T. Cresswell Middle. J.E. Moss Elementary. Jolton Elementary. John B. Whitsett Elementary. JFK Middle. Margaret Allen Middle. Martin Luther King Jr. School.
Classy.
Shane Elementary. Napier Elementary.
Classy.
Nashville School of the Arts.
Classy.
Paragon Mills. Stratford STEM Magnet Lower School. Thomas Edison Elementary. Tom Joy Elementary. Tusculum Elementary. Two Rivers Middle. Westmead Elementary. And Whites Creek High. So the creek is rising. So thank you all. I appreciate you allowing me the point of privilege to do that rather quickly. Dr. Battle, my apologies for going off script a little bit, but I'm going to turn it over to Chief Perry and let her bring it home for us this evening. Thank you.
Dr. Bellamy, that was most appropriate.
Thank you all for this opportunity. And I am super excited to bring you celebrating our priority school gains. I am going to call all my schools. Yes, I will. So we have 18 current priority schools, and 10 of those schools earned a level 3 or higher. That means, woohoo! Listen, yes. That means that they expected growth all the way to exceeded growth. Level 5 school, and I'm going to say it with some bass in my chest, Whites Creek High School, Tom Joy Elementary School, Ida B. Wells Elementary School, Margaret Allen Middle School, and DuPont Tyler. All of those schools are level 5. We had, yes, give it up for them. We had one level 4, Madison Middle School, and then we had level 3. We had 4 schools, Jones Padea, Bellshire Elementary School, John Early Middle School, and Haynes Middle School. I want to take a point of privilege here. Just as the district earned a level 5 2 years in a row, we have 2 schools that earned a level 4 or 5 2 years in a row. Madison Middle School and Whites Creek High School.
Chief Barry, can you tell us why that's significant?
Yes, I will say it again. Whites Creek High School and Madison Middle, and it is significant because the way the rules are written, if a school earns a level 4 or 5 2 years in a row, they will exit priority. Now, we're waiting on TDOE to confirm that, but that is what the rule says. We also take opportunities to also monitor our exited priority schools. And so we've had, in the 2 previous accountability cycles, 100% of the schools that exited priority were at a level 3 or higher. Alex Green Elementary School, yes. Amqui Elementary School, Cumberland Elementary School, Rosebank Elementary School. You remember, they exited 2 years ago. Robert Churchwell Elementary School, Warner Elementary School, and McMurray Middle School. Let's give it up for those schools. Because it's one thing to come off of the list, it's another thing to stay off of the list. I also want to just end this portion of this slide and just say that 100% of the elementary schools exited priority and those current priority schools were a level 3 or higher. I want to talk about 3 schools in particular. You all, if you remember, we consolidated Alex Green Elementary and Cumberland, Alex Green Elementary and Cumberland Elementary in the 2020-21 school year received the children from Lillard Elementary Schools. Also, if you guys remember, in 2018, let's go back a little further, Glenn Elementary and Caldwell Elementary for the 2018-19 school year consolidated to form Ida B. Wells. These schools were all priority schools. These schools had an opportunity to reallocate those funds to enhance the availability of school-based positions, educational resources, and the opportunity to broaden programs for their students, resulting in improved academic outcomes for their children. So I want to look at 3 areas really quickly. Those positions, they were able to hire additional core content teachers. Each of those schools had itinerant EL teachers. They now have full-time EL teachers at their schools. They have interventionists, 120-day positions, classroom management specialists, instructional specialists. These are all positions that they were able to purchase with their additional funds as a result of them coming together, but also being strategic in the work that we were doing. Resources that they had, Promethean boards, LU interactive boards. Y'all saw those boards that are in the gyms? They have those. Spire intervention. Every last one of those schools use Spire. Technology carts, school marketing materials, manipulatives, professional development for their teachers, literature for staff for them to do book studies, iPads and iPens for their teachers. The programs that they've been able to implement, Avid in our schools. Ida B. Wells was the first elementary in this district to have an Avid program. Disney musical in schools. I've seen Lion King at these schools. All kinds. Community achievement expansions. after-school clubs, chess. They have basketball team leagues that they have formed, and they're partnering with other elementary schools. They have all of these things. And just, y'all, we're so proud of them. And let's look at all of the accolades today. Alex Green, y'all, we just announced them as a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence for 2023. She will receive her award in November in Orlando. We're excited about that. She exited priority. We talked about that. But she also is a recipient of the MSAP 2017 grant, where they are now the Alex Green Design Technology Elementary School. Cumberland Elementary, they exited priority also in 2022. MSAP, we are writing or have written the grant for 2023, and I'm going to call it into existence. We will receive that grant this year, and Cumberland is going to be a part of that, and they're really going to focus on their community, their culture, and they're going to also focus on being the STEM school. And then finally, Ida B. Wells. Well, we joined Glenn and Caldwell School. You all, they were a level 5 school this year. Not only that, y'all, they are anticipated to, they met their projected AMO because we don't have AMOs. But you all, when you see their scores, they blew it out the water. And we are so proud of them. And they have the potential to also exit priority this school year. Let's give it up for these 3 schools, because this is a story that we need to be telling. We are so proud of the work that we have done here at Metro Nashville Public Schools. We've done it once, we've done it twice. We will do it a 3rd time, but we need your support. Continue to advocate for any state accountability model to include not just TVOS growth, but also proficiency targets as a primary metric for success. We want to continue to celebrate the hard work of our teachers, our staff, and our principals. Without them, we cannot continue to do this work. And then lastly, continue to present aspirational budgets that prioritize the funding of curriculum, professional development, and resources for rigorous teaching and learning experiences for our children every single day. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for allowing us to celebrate not just one school, but all of our schools, as we are a level 5 district. Dr. Battle, I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, thank you so much to Terry, to Bellamy, Dr. Stinson, for your coordination and collaboration and really sharing the story around our growth over the last year. Board members, I think, I hope what you heard clearly is our commitment to meeting our students where they are and growing them and making sure they're on the path towards success. I also hope another thing that resonated with you is our focus on continuous improvement and our ability to be transparent around where we're seeing significant success and other areas where we want to double down and make sure that we're being intentional in providing the supports that our teachers, our principals, and our staff need. And so it is with great pride that we share our level 5 status with you, the specific schools that have excelled in so many ways. And then lastly, the work that's happening in our schools of innovation, those schools that were impacted by consolidations, and we know that process is never easy for anyone, but our commitment through that process was not about any one school community losing anything, but what they could gain in success for their students. And it is paying off, and it is paying off big with regards to student outcomes and the status of those school communities. So I thank you. I actually cannot see everyone, but I thank you for your leadership and your support. Now, the support you've provided in the past when we've had to make very difficult decisions in order to accelerate outcomes. Dr. Ditcher, I know many of those schools were in District 1, so again, appreciate your leadership there, but for the entire board of supporting the vision, supporting the sense of urgency to grow our students to a level that will translate into improved outcomes and higher achievement for our students and for our district as a whole. So thank you again for your time and attention to the presentation today, the update today, director's report today. And Chair Elrod, I will turn it back over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Battle and everyone, for presenting that information to us. I know there's probably going to be quite a bit of response to it, but I would like to first give Dr. Gentry the first option for comment, unless you would like me to move on to someone else. Okay. Then I will let me know when you are ready. Then I will move to Member Player.
I want to take this moment to really uplift Dr. Gentry. See, you're making me cry now. As someone who's been watching the school board from outside in that audience to being to this seat, I knew Dr. Gentry when she first ran for this seat. And at times, she took a lot of heat for her leadership in the way she did, but she never took her eye off the bar. As she always said, what are we measuring and what are we trying to accomplish? And that was always her mantra when she came on the board, when she was board chair for 2 years, and even afterwards with her wisdom and guidance, that she kept her eye on the ball. She made some really tough decisions and took some heat for it. But we see now that seed that she planted grew into a twig, that grew into a tree, that grew into a strong maple that produced the fruit that we have today. And she has survived several directors of schools at tough times and really kept the march on the ball. And as the senior board member here, I like to commend her commitment and her stubbornness in a very positive way of keeping focus, but also her love. If you've never doubted anything, it's her love for the children that are invisible, who aren't seen, who walked in her shoes that she's walked in. And I think it's really important that we really take the time that this is the fruit of her effort, that the time and time again, the tough decisions that she made, but she did it out of love and compassion and intelligence and with style and grace, and that we appreciate her for what she has done, and that I'm just proud that she's able to see the fruits of her labor while she's sitting on this board, and that the resources that we put in, and that we just stand fully in her and just give her the flowers that she is now, just because I know it has not been an easy road given the schools and even the representation that we have. But she never gave up, and she always spoke life into District 1, and now we see the successes that are just now blooming, and we can't wait until those trees now become strong redwoods and be majestic places for our children.
So good. Anybody want to follow that? Cheryl?
I do not want to follow Vice Chair Player's comments. I will only say this. I am so incredibly proud of the schools in District 6 becoming level 5 schools. Not only that, but we have quite a number of schools that are in the southeast quadrant of the city that are on this list. And I commend each and every one of them, especially our young people for putting in the work, our educators for supporting them in any way that they could. I'm especially very, very proud of, all of the schools, not just one, every single one of the schools. But Dr. Gentry, I think everybody here echoes what Miss Players said to you. I think it is amazing. I remember being on the board with her when, I was relatively a rookie and she was here. And she, to your point, she has never given up on District 1. And I can tell you how excited I am every time I hear anything about my alma mater, Whites Creek. I'm so excited, and I'm so proud to have her representing my high school. So thank you, Dr. Gentry, for everything that you've done. And one last thing, I want Chief Perry to be my hype woman because she brought the energy. She brought the big energy tonight. So thank you, Chair.
True. Dr. Gentry?
Everybody's all excited. Who signed up for public participation? Nobody. Get out early.
You did.
So, you know, so I don't even know where to start. So when Dr. Battle came to me with this lovely plan for consolidating 10,000 schools in District 1, and then she says, you go out there and tell the people we about to do. I was like, whoa. You know, everything became Dr. Gentry's closing our schools. Dr. Gentry's closing our schools. And so, you know, to be able to come back around what feels like 10 years later, and it hasn't been that long. I mean, that's the crazy part about it. Like, it hasn't been that long. So part of the story was, guys, we get to consolidate resources. We get to leverage these dollars that we're not putting into schools that are 1/3 full or half full, and not pay salaries to a principal that's got 37 people in a building. And we can use those dollars for other things. I don't care. You know, if it was my school, I'd fight for my school. I'm like, okay. But you keep pushing and you keep pushing, and then you look at a Dr. Battle who pulls together a team like this amazing central office support hub staff team people who come to work, and I say this all the time, who come to work every day focused on doing what's best for students. And I couldn't do your job, but I swear that I will go to bat for you every day so that you can continue to do this job. And to just see that what Dr. Battle said would happen actually happened. This is what she said would happen. You know, of all the naysayers, and this, Dr. Battle, I'll tell you, now I've been called everything but a child of God twice on this board. And this was the second time. Everywhere it went, I mean, my kids having to try to defend me on social media. I mean, it was terrible. I mean, it was absolutely terrible. But you focus on the fundamental thing you're trying to accomplish. What's the goal? What are the resources needed to achieve the goal? And our job as board members are to ensure that those resources are made available. And the decisions are not easy, and that's not what we're called to do. And sometimes when you've got 10 people standing in your face, if it's not the priority, if it's not at the end of the day going to get us to the goals that we've agreed upon, we got to say no. But if it's, no matter how hard it is or how ugly it is, if we know it's going to get us to where we say we want to be, then we have to say yes. We got to continue to say yes. We have to continue to say yes for kids who, if we had not said yes, think about where we would be right now, where thousands of students would be right now if we had not made this decision. Just give you 10 seconds. Just think about it. We probably wouldn't be sitting here at this table. So I just want to say thank you to Dr. Battle. I want to say for even doing it in the order, right? So, you know, everybody whether it was consolidating the schools, whether it's moving 5th grade back to elementary, everybody thinks it should be this district. Why is it not my district first? There's a reason. There's a reason. Because raising these boats has raised other boats. And that's what we've got to remember. There's always a bigger picture. And getting elected to represent District 1, which is an impoverished, often forgotten part of our city, you sit here as a representative and you're expected to make the difference for all the other things that the city doesn't do for that part of the town of our city. And so it's not fun, and it's draining. But I also would say I could not have asked for a better group of board members to do this with. I've said it to you, I've said it in public, I've said it in private, and I'll say it again. This is the best board. This is my 16th year. This board is the best board we have ever had, that I have ever witnessed sitting in this room. And you guys remember that. You're good at what you do because what you do is hard. You're good at what you do because you know how hard it is. You're good at what you do because you show up here to do it every second, fourth, third, fifth, Monday through Sunday. People think you only do it on Tuesday, first and second, the second and fourth Tuesday. Whether it's the emails or the text messages, and sometimes you have to say no. And my last thing, everything I've prayed for this board has happened. I got one more ask of you. is that when people come to us wanting to make something a priority that isn't, remember our priorities. I know it's hard to look in the face of people who can give you a laundry list of reasons why something else should be. But we got 82,000 reasons why our priorities are what they are. Why the plan we've created is the plan we've created. And why the priorities we've identified are the priorities we've identified. The other things will come. If we get the things right that we've agreed to get right and focus on, other things will come. More dollars will come, and we'll be able to fund all those other things that people want us to fund. But right now, we've got a handful of priorities that are going to get us exactly, I promise you, exactly where we need to be as a district. Thank you for your time.
I was going to say, if you have questions, you may also ask your questions. As always, you may also email them, as I heard that as a question.
I'm going to email my remarks.
Share.
I would like to email my remarks and my thank you to Dr. Battle, and maybe Dr. Battle, you can just relay them to your team. Because what do you say after that? Great job, Sharon and team.
Anyone else? Okay. Thank you again to our team for providing all this. Oh, sorry, you have something? So sorry, Member Tyler.
Yes, no, I'm going to brave it. I have one question. And my comments cannot necessarily be as full-throated or thoughtful as Dr. Gentry's, but I stand with her. So my one question was about looking at our schools that are needing some more support, our grade levels. And so what I want to know is, how detailed is the report that we've been given about our growth scores? Can we tell if there's one or two or three or however many? Are there specific areas that we clearly need to focus, that we can target that curriculum support to? I just don't know how detailed those scores came back to us to help us.
Dr. Battle, would you like me to address that?
Yes, please do, Chief Billings.
I'll let Dr. Stinson weigh in if she feels the need, but I mean, the reports we get from both T and Ready and then our own suite of screeners and benchmarks go so deep down into the student level. And so we know the most granular amount of information we can really know at this point. We're always getting data in a little less quickly than we'd like, but at this point, we can definitively say what worked and what didn't last year for us for the most part. So we can target supports to the school level. Each of my EDs do that when they look at the schools they support. So my EDs support anywhere between, on average, 10 to 14 schools, a few more and a few less. But they can dig individually into each of their schools, even down to the classroom level, and see this particular group of students responding to this type of instruction, or all the way down to the student level. And so we certainly look and infuse supports based on the schools that way. We look tiers that way, and then grade levels just like you saw. And so I highlighted 5th and 8th grade for you because it's, again, when you just look at that report, it's the most obvious. But if I go really deep into the work, you'll see, in the Southeast, it might be even a 7th grade area here, but you wouldn't see it in the report to the board. And so we, short version is, we have about all the information you could want. And our goal becomes to help our schools process it and make sense of it so that they're not on data overload, so that what matters more so than the data is our response to it, right? And we want to make sure that response is swift and appropriate and direct. And I believe that we've got everything we need to do that. So I hope that addressed your question. Thanks.
It did very much. Thank you very much.
Oh.
I have just a couple of questions. First, do you all know, I've been frantically checking the public TVOS site. Do you all know when the data will be updated there such that it will be publicly available to everyone and by school and all of that? Has the department announced?
Dr. Stinson says probably once the report card is released.
So we might actually not have this information as parents and for parents and community members until December or November or December?
Dr. Stinson,
Nobody has said this out loud, but they were not going to release anything, and they did release the TVOS scores for us to discuss. So I don't believe the public site will be updated probably until the report card.
And that's abnormal for the last 10 years or so?
Yes.
Just checking. And I want to highlight that being important because,
Wait.
1 second.
Want to say it?
We do have an email from TDOE that says on Wednesday the 13th,
Ooh, fun.
the public site will go live for TBOS.
I know what I'm doing on my birthday, the 14th. Yay! Also a day off school and a day in which lots of data on the TVOS site will be fun to look at. That's great to know. Thank you. But it actually doesn't diminish the part of the point I wanted to make, which is relative to accountability. If you look at the data that you all presented a few weeks ago, just on like the 10 Ready and EOC data, and you break that down by grade level, you don't necessarily see the same things. If you look at gain by grade level in proficiency year over year, that could highlight for the district some different things to be looking at. Although fifth grade is sort of an issue that we highlighted there as well. But the thing that TVOS does is that it's looking at each individual student from 1 year to the next year, and that each individual student's gain or loss relative to where they were in the prior year. And so that tells us a lot more about how students themselves are moving than just a proficiency level might tell us about whether or not a certain percentage of students in one grade then a totally different group of students in the next grade, in that same grade the next year, are doing, right? So gains and losses by proficiency level are only so interesting. This is actually, in a lot of ways, a way more interesting and instructive thing to us as board members, to the district, in terms of what we can know about where we are growing, which schools we're growing in, which schools students are growing in year over year, versus where we're not growing and where we need to put our resources, both from a school perspective and also from the perspective of, as you said, certain grade levels and subject matter. So I just wanted to go on a little soapbox about that for a second, and why that matters from the accountability perspective, and hopefully everyone is getting out and writing those letters to the Department of Education, which are due on September 15th, which is this Friday, about why our accountability system should continue to emphasize whether it's growth in TVOS or, as Dr. Perry, Chief Perry also pointed out, growth in proficiency from 1 year to the next. We need to be emphasizing growth. And then I wanted to say thank you. I can echo all of the other thanks that were given, but something I think that gets under-noticed by the community in our conversations potentially on celebration. So we do a lot of celebration, which we should, because there's a lot of great stuff happening. But also, Dr. Bellamy spent a good bit of time talking about the areas that didn't look great and what we're doing to support them. And I just want to say thanks for doing that. Every time we talk about data, you all do that. I can have like 14,000 other questions I can ask, but I would have started with what's going on in 5th and 8th grade, and you answered that before I had a chance to ask, so thanks. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Member Naba McKinney.
Sidebar. You shouldn't. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I want to start out by saying thank you. As board members, I know we take a lot of brunt about what is happening or not happening within our district. And we put a lot of faith in our superintendent of schools and her team to ensure that we are getting this work done. And so for me, it is a huge thank you to Dr. Batto and your team and the team of principals and teachers and educators and support staff who are doing the wonderful work day in and day out, along with parents and students, to make this happen. If it was not for everyone, every stakeholder that is involved in educating our children within our district, we wouldn't be where we are. So I don't want to be, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the hard work of the people who are in the classrooms and who are in the buildings day in and day out, and the administrative staff at our central office who are leading this charge. If we did not have this visionary within Dr. Battle, her strategic focus, her aim of making things happen and doing what she said she's going to do, we wouldn't be where we are. We have seen other superintendents, and we haven't been as successful. And so I really, really, really appreciate her team, and everyone that is in our schools doing this work. As you hear me say it all the time, we have naysayers in our community. Nationally, we hear that MNPS is rocking it. In our city, we are a piece of, y'all can finish that sentence. And so we need to make sure that we are doing our due diligence in communicating the great work as well as the work that we need to continue to do to move in that upward mobility for the support of our kids and the success of our kids in this district. So thank you, Dr. Gentry, for being a frontline person so that Dr. Battle could do what she needs to do. And I think as board members, we have to take that role of being the frontline person so that she can focus on getting what needs to be done in this district for the support of our kids right. And so I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for all of that. And yes, Dr. Bellamy, I know Ms. Block has already said it, but I really do appreciate, and Ms. Stinson, I really do appreciate that when you bring data, you bring the good and the bad. And while we're celebrating the good, we're also focused on what we need to do to continue to improve. So I really, really appreciate that, and I hope that we continue to do this work. Thank you.
Member Buggs.
Thank you, Chair Elrod. I just had to selfishly at least mention the Jones and Buena Vista consolidation. I've been at Jones now for my third year, and I want to make it very clear. These babies are coming in with parents that are at capacity, that don't have the time, the support, the resources, a community that's under-resourced, and I've seen it firsthand, and so I realize how important how important it is to develop a narrative so that the community really understands. And so when I look at this list of the impact of school consolidations on student achievement, to make this very real for you, there are schools that are having Saturday school every single Saturday. We started after-school clubs, and every single child, I think we're up to almost, 300-something children at Jones now. Every single child has a place in an after-school club free of charge for parents. We also have before-school programming free of charge for parents, just to support families that could use that extra resource without having to pay another $400 or $500 a month. We all know what that feels like. We all know how that impacts families. And so I just want to make it very real. Thank you all for the strategy. Thank you all for the investments. Thank you, educators, for giving up your time after school, for working to find partnerships to fill these, working with area universities. I mean, this has truly been a community effort. You all are leading the way. And so I think, again, it's important to talk about all the different, frankly, sacrifices that are made by families and educators to make sure that students have arms wrapped around them. I see Jones and Buena Vista Jones very quickly coming off the priority list. The investment being made in them by the phenomenal leader, Dr. Wilson, and her team, the idea that the Pearl-Cone cluster of schools, that those principals are meeting and talking with each other regularly to make sure that there is a flow from the elementary schools to the middle schools to the high schools. They are being thoughtful about what it looks like to go from, let's say you lose 30 students in a year. Why they are following up with those 30 students to see where they are. They have moved out of the district. They have moved out of the city. That's not a reflection of the school. That's a reflection of communities' disenfranchisement. And so the idea that we are being even that thoughtful to follow up with students that are no longer registered in our schools is just a testament to the hard work of the leadership in our schools, the staff in our schools. I think I can speak vulnerably right now. Sometimes I feel like I'm the one being attacked, or I'm in, it's my responsibility as a board member. I sometimes have to reel myself back in and say, well, what are those teachers feeling like? What are those bus drivers feeling like? What is that principal thinking? You know what I mean? And so the idea that we are literally all in this together, I think we just now have to make sure that the community at large, who likely doesn't know about Channel 3 and that they should be watching, or that they could be watching the school board meeting, it's up to us to make sure that they know these good things, that they are no longer using reputations of the past, and that they're not looking at our students or our families through a deficit model, but truly offering resources that match the resources that families already have. So I could talk forever, but I really just wanted to shout out Jones because I see them coming off very soon. That's all, again, just a testament to the consolidation. And I remember hearing you get talked about like a dog that summer. That was the pandemic year, so everything was virtual. So we were on all of those meetings. And I remember the snide comments, and I appreciate you for sticking through it because my baby is benefiting now.
Member Masters?
Sorry, I have to just chime in here too and say, as one of the board members who did vote to renew Dr. Battle's contract, which everyone sitting here who was here at that time did vote to renew Dr. Battle's contract. So let's give ourselves a little pat on the back for that. Because she makes very difficult decisions every day. Often she makes really amazing decisions, like appointing someone like Renita Perry to the position that she is in. I've talked about Renita before, but I've had a firsthand look at how she does what she does, and it comes from this place of passion. And I think Dr. Battle has some kind of gift for finding those people and putting them in the right position, exactly where we need the help. I'm also watching this amazing thing happen in my district with the Stratford cluster, as we have elementary schools coming to have tailgate parties, on the lawn, and it's such an exciting thing to see for a community. I want us to be making it really difficult for people to make a decision to leave their community because they have such amazing schools there, and they want their children, to follow that pathway the entire way through. It takes something like, and I know I say it to y'all, I love it when we're all at an event together. It makes me happy. It's like I'm counting heads. I'm like, ooh, all 9 of us are there. Dr. Battle's there. It makes me happy. And we were all at the celebration of schools together. And something like that just reminds me, y'all, we are huge. We are a huge, huge district. There is no comparing us to the surrounding counties. We are a large urban district. We are making amazing strides. I mean, and that's like the reward for us. All the calls that we field, all the emails we field, to watch all of those bands and the dancers and the flag corps and all of it, just to see them all come together like that and see them traveling through the parade in their school clusters, and to know that there are children who are going to be able to go elementary school, middle school, high school, staying in that community, having, really high quality teachers, really high quality leaders, administrators that are fighting for them, board members that are fighting for them. It's exciting to me, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I appreciate all of y'all.
I first want to say that I appreciate that we had not just the information up front, but also the next steps up front. So we kind of tone set of the expectation that we all have, which is celebrate where you are and, of course, take notice of that hard work, but also know that there's always more to do. So I appreciated that it was up front and that it also was listed out for us so we can kind of stay aware of those, especially as we go through and talk about it in the future for follow-up or director's evaluations or whatever it might be. That's really helpful. So just in organizational wise, I really appreciated that. I also really appreciated that there was a call out to our schools that have been taken off of the priority list, but there was information about where they are still, and so we can continue to have that accountability and visibility on those students and teachers and principals. That is hard to come off the priority list, but it's also exceptionally hard to stay off of it. And so recognizing that continued work, it's not just a one-time push for all of our staff, but a sustained push and pushing it all forward in the same way. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot. That's a lot. And so I appreciate that call out as well. I, too, very much appreciate Dr. Gentry. I joined the board right after the 2018-2019 consolidation, so I had seen it, and I was like, oh, my blessed. And had not experienced it as a board member because I simply wasn't on the board. So then when I joined the board and it came to that we were going to need to do another consolidation, I was frightened. I was frightened for you. And I remember Christian and I were out, were we at Lillard together at that?
No, was it Jerry Baxter?
It was at Jerry Baxter. We were at some schools together. And you could hear all of the noise because there was just so much of it. You couldn't escape it, of you're taking away our community. Because for a lot of our schools are our community. Our community is our schools. And it was hard. But the thing that I realized through that was that the reason they didn't believe we were going to do right to them is because we hadn't. They just didn't trust us. And so something that I'm really proud of is that they can trust us now. Now, there's always going to be work to be done there, and I'm not saying that there's not. But we have all worked really hard. Dr. Gentry, I know you're receiving your flowers. But Dr. Battle as well, our staff, the strategic planning that we've done towards that, the proof that the consolidations were the right things for these specific reasons, for these additional resources, for making sure that we can actually meet the needs of this community. Because again, this school reflects the community. Let us support the community. And they didn't trust us because they shouldn't have, because we hadn't proven it to them yet. So I'm so thankful for our staff for also helping us as elected officials keep our word. So thank you for that as well. Well, Dr. Battle, what a lovely presentation of good information, and we appreciate you're able to share it. I also want to just say, if you have not provided any feedback, whether you just like to watch the board meetings for fun, or whether you're here because you are actively involved, TDOEE is taking in letters about the accountability model, and we really strongly encourage you that you give your feedback on what that would be. You've heard us give our suggestions. You've heard about the importance of TVOS. Thank you so much to Member O'Hara Block for explaining what TVOS is and such. I mean, it was really, I've heard it several times, but it's still always like, yeah, that's a great definition. So thank you so much for explaining that to everybody as well, and reminding us all the importance of growth and how that shows more than just proficiency. It's more than. So if you have not considered writing in a letter, we really encourage you to. That's important feedback to be provided, especially if you're a parent. What we're grading and what we're watching data on is your child. You should have a say in how that is being viewed and how we're watching that data. So if you have the ability or the desire to write that, we really encourage you to. And if you have any questions about how to do that, you can contact any of us. Just call me. I'll help you out. All right. Well, that brings us to, we've had our director's report. For public participation, we do not have anyone signed up for public participation. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick swear-in of our new student board member. To do that, though, we need to have a quick pause of this meeting, or can we go ahead and do it because we amended the agenda at the beginning? Perfect. Thank you so much. So we have a new student board member. In case you don't know this, a couple years ago, we decided to add to our board, our student board members. We have a junior and senior member. Every year we have a new junior member. And so that person's about to get sworn in during the board meeting. No pressure. It's nice to meet you, and we're doing this very officially. So we're going to do that here. I want to make sure that y'all are all aware that our student board members come from our high schools, and they go through a process of being interviewed and writing in why they're interested in it. They then are with us through their junior year and then their senior year. And then we are going to be working some this year on kind of finalizing what does that process look like? What are their goals? What do they want to get done? What's our responsibilities to them as well? So we're really excited that you agreed to spend your Tuesday nights with us. It's nice to meet you. And if you don't mind, if you'll come up here, we will do our swearing in.
Mother, you can join us.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody.
I'm going to video for her.
Watch me go Britney Spears with this. Not very far, though. Well, I thought it might have more cord. I apologize. I'm so sorry, Chris. I'm so sorry, Christy, that this is your introduction. I'm yanking this on. Okay. Well, hello, I'm Rachel Lannon.
I'm Christine. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining our board and going through that whole process. I know that was probably just nerve-wracking, so I appreciate it. It's nice to meet you, Mom. Nice to meet you. Okay, so I, Rachel Ann Elrod, do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of this state and the Office of the United States. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that up because I messed that up for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm not supposed to be saying that. And I'm so sorry. This is my fault. I'm so used to having to do that part, and I apologize. So what I'm going to have you do is this is what you're going to say, and I will repeat it to you. Just say it to her. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this.
I feel like you're at a wedding.
That's true. I've never done a wedding. Please don't let this be your wedding. All right. I, Christine Tran,
I, Christine Tran,
do solemnly affirm
that
I will support the Constitution
I will support the Constitution
of this state
of this state
and of the United States, and that I will perform with fidelity
the
duties of the office to which I have been selected and which I'm about to assume.
and to which I'm about to assume.
Perfect. You did great. Thank you. I apologize. Just try to read it. Okay. I appreciate y'all's patience with me as I just started reading it along. I was just so excited about it. So I appreciate y'all's patience. Before we go ahead to do the governance issues of our consent report, I hope I'm not putting you too much on the spot, but our new junior member, would you like to introduce yourself since we have not had the pleasure? You'll need to push the button in front of you.
Nope. I'm Christine Tran. I'm a junior at James Lawson High School, and I'm super excited to be here.
Thank you so much. All right, well, that gets us to our consent agenda. So, do we have a motion?
I move approval of the consent agenda as printed.
Second. All right. The consent agenda has been first and seconded. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor, please raise your hand. All right, great. Thank you. All right, well, then that gets us to our announcements. So we will start with District 1.
What do we have going on this week? So I'm with Emily Masters. She got me all hyped up. Yes, the parade of schools was very exciting. Zena had a great time, and thank all of you who gave Zena some attention and some love while she was there. She thinks she's now going to a parade every day. And that's just not happening. Procon had its inaugural game on its new turf this past week, and the crowd was there in full support, so that was very exciting. And the Maplewood Drum Corps was actually at my sorority meeting. We had our first meeting back after summer break, and we were welcomed by the Maplewood Drum Corps, so that was very exciting. Yeah, they did a great, great job. It was very exciting to see. And so, I just want to thank everyone who did all the hard work that we either get the credit or the blame for as a board member, but thank you all again for everything that you do. I thank you. I appreciate it.
District 3.
I just want to remind everybody that Thursday is Election Day.
Oh, I thought you were going to remind people that it was my birthday.
And Aaron O'Hara Block's birthday. I'm sorry, I got it backward. That is more important. That is more important. Happy birthday, Aaron. And I just want to say, if you haven't already early voted, please vote. The outcome of this election is going to be very important to our city and potentially to how we are able to move forward as a school district. Please, please, please vote. And if you would like to discuss for whom you are voting, feel free to reach out to me directly, and I will share my opinion with anyone who wants to hear about it. But yes, please vote.
District 4.
Yes, please vote. That was on my list. So yes, I'm really excited. I was really excited about the celebration of schools. It was an amazing turnout that we had, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of competition as well. But it was in great spirit and great stride. Everyone seemed to have a really great time at the event, and I hope we continue to build and grow on this event for years to come. It was really, really great. I do want, and in the spirit of being the best cluster, McGavitt cluster rocked the competition, but we're good. All right. When it comes to, I do want to reiterate what has already been said about the report card. It is critically important as board members that we provide some statements, submit a statement regarding the report card and the impact that it has, as well as the community at large, to really understand what this report card will do to us if we don't get it right. And we want it right to be able to recognize not only the achievement, but the amazing growth that our students are doing day in and day out. Our teachers are providing day in and day out to support our students across this district. And so we want to make sure that we are getting this right. If you have any questions related to the report card and really want to understand it, reach out to Erin O'Hara Block. I'm going to put her out there because she did an amazing description of what that means. But seriously, reach out to any one of us and we can get that information for you. I also was able to attend a charter school commission hearing this week as well in support of our district for our board denying 2 applications for charter schools, and that was Invictus Charter School as well as Nashville Collegiate. Yes, the 2 schools. So we denied 3, 1 didn't appeal, and the other 2 did appeal. Those hearings are critically important, and as a board, if we are making a decision to deny these applications, we also have to step up and support our district in doing the important work at those hearings. We know the goal of the Charter Commission. We know who is on the Charter Commission and what that effort is, and we need to make sure that our voices are heard in that conversation. I want to give a shout out to Ms. Renita Perry, Dr. Roby Grant, and who's the attorney? Rachel Supay did a phenomenal job representing our interest in Metro Nashville Public Schools, and put the onus back on the Charter Commission where it needs to be. And so I want to make sure that we are doing our due diligence and we are doing what's right. As a district, if we are focused on high quality educational spaces for our kids, then we are not expecting anything less in those applications that come across our door. And we need to be due diligent in making sure that that happened. And in this particular case, that was not the case. And so I just received, as a matter of fact, a news article related to that with a lot of misinformation. So I recommend that families, communities, school board members go back and look at what's being said to try to dissuade and misinform people in our community about these applications, about what's in those applications and what those reviews look like. We need to make sure we are doing our due diligence and getting that word across and the messaging right. Also, I want to end by saying this is a testament. Our achievement and our growth in our district is a testament that when we have the right people, the right resources, the right community support, and our families all on board, we can keep making great gains in our district and make sure that we are setting our students on a trajectory of success. Our students are scholars, and when we have the resources to help them reach their fullest potential, they excel. And we want to make sure that we are keeping every day our eye on the prize to make that happen. So again, I reiterate, thank you to each one of you as board members for being the front line. Thank you for Dr. Battle for being a phenomenal leader. And thank you for her team and everyone who works day in and day out in our buildings to make this happen. Also, thank you to our families and most of all, our students who have to do this hard work every single day. Thank you.
District 5.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to make you aware, my apologies for the late notice, but at Watkins Park this Saturday, the Nashville Parks Foundation will be hosting Picnic for the Parks. It'll be celebrating all 184 parks and trying to make sure we're raising funds for them. So please consider, you can purchase picnic tickets at NashvilleParksFoundation.org. Again, it's at Watkins Park at 4 o'clock. From 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, there will be a highlight of the bike BMX.
Yep.
And the splash park.
It's called a pump track. The BMX pump track.
It's a pump track. Please don't tell them that I said it was a splash pad. Okay, yep, a pump track.
They do have a splash pad.
They do, that's right, okay. Please consider it will benefit all parks. Also, if you are not familiar with Shakespeare in the park, it is separate from the Parks Board, but please consider supporting Shakespeare in the Park. It's happening actually right now. You can purchase tickets you can Google Shakespeare in the Park and you can purchase tickets.
Nashville Shakes.
At Nashville Shakes. And then would love to just remind those in the community who may not be aware, we do have a new Tennessee Department of Education Commissioner, Dr. Lizette Gonzalez Reynolds. I've seen a number of places that she will be over the coming weeks. I look forward to shaking her hand, introducing myself, and making sure she's aware of all the wonderful things happening in MNPS. And I would encourage both my colleagues and any other community members who are interested to do the same. What I would encourage us to do is be thoughtful about the way we engage both elected and appointed officials as they do impact our work and our lives. And my hope and prayers are that she succeeds in supporting Metro Nashville Public Schools and being the best version of ourselves. The Lord has worked on me, and I believe I wordsmithed that so well. Thank you.
District 6.
Oh, thank you so much. Just another quick shout out to the District 6 schools that are level 5 schools, A.Z. Kelly, Cane Ridge Elementary, Kennedy Middle School, and Edison Elementary. I'm so proud of your accomplishments, and I will be in touch to get a celebration going. I'm extremely excited about that. And also, I wanted to do a quick follow-up based on what Dr. McKinney said regarding the Charter Commission application hearings. The decision day is October 6th, if I'm correct. They will be sharing their decisions on the appeals on October 6th. I am planning on being in that room for those decisions. It was an interesting conversation, to say the least. But the public can still submit their communications and feedback to the Tennessee Charter Commission until September 18th. 9 a.m. September 18th will be the last time you could submit a written comment to support or oppose the application amendments. So I encourage anybody who has any skin in the game, or if you're just really interested, please go ahead and submit those written comments to the Tennessee Charter Commission. They will be part of the application process and the decision-making abilities, but October 6th is decision day. Enough about those yahoos. Thanks to every single person who showed up for the celebration of schools. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And I commend every single school for showing up and showing out. And, you know, our Cane Ridge High School did their thing. Yes, they did. Anyway, don't be...
I know, right? Trying to be, okay. It was great. It was wonderful.
It was absolutely wonderful. Every single one of the children, all the schools did such a wonderful job, and I was so proud of them. And a special shout out to my colleagues for getting on the mic and hyping up your schools. That was awesome. Thank you to everyone who attended yesterday's College and Career Fair in Southeast Nashville. It was absolutely phenomenal. We had a lot of schools from around the district show up, a lot of students from schools around the district show up, and it was absolutely phenomenal. A lot of schools, and I was just so excited to be there. And finally, and Dr. Gentry, you didn't mention this, so I'm going to share this with you since I am a Whites Creek High School alum. The 45th anniversary homecoming event will be on the 22nd of this month, at 7 p.m. Our school was established in 1979, so we are celebrating 45 years at Whites Creek High School. So if you are around and you want to just come out and see how the Cobras do it, come on out to Whites Creek at 7 o'clock on the 22nd. And that concludes my announcements. Thank you.
District 7.
I want to congratulate Glencliff on their homecoming. They had week and a half ago, on a successful homecoming, starting off that season. So congratulations to them. Second, I will be on medical leave for the next 2 weeks, so if you need anything, please contact the board staff or Chair Elrod if you need assistance for that. Second, Sister Cities happened this past weekend where we signed an agreement with Erbil, Iraq. I had the privilege of going to delegation back in May for that event, and I had an opportunity to speak to the delegation and to the Kurdish citizens and the diaspora of the Kurdish people, and really excited about what's going to happen in the next couple of years about engaging, having an exchange between our students and the students of Erbil. Are you going to talk about the overtime? Okay. I'll let Rachel answer the other part of it. But it was nice to have the governor of the Kurdistan region and the mayor of Erbil come and have a relationship and starting a wonderful, long relationship with one of our most diverse and highly populated Kurdish community. So we are really proud to have that and greatly for that partnership. Also, congratulations to, make sure I get her full name together, to my alma mater, to our new president, Dr. Agina Walker-Clark. She was just named the new president of Fisk University this morning, so continue in the great women leadership. So excited, and we continue that partnership going on that we have started with Fisk and continuing to that. So I'm proud to have my alma mater. And speaking of having women leadership, again, with our new student board member. Since Mr. Hale has left us, now we're back to an all-female board completely. Woohoo, woohoo, women rock. So welcome to the board, and welcome to the great women with all the style and grace in the place. And and I'm glad just to be a part of this board. It's just a great sisterhood to be a part of. We are truly a family. We may have our moments, but the very next breath, we do come together and have a great love and camaraderie, and we're here to show that we are here to extend that love and support to our students and our faculty and our staff, and hopefully they will feel that and understand that we want the best for this MNPS family.
District 8.
The first meeting of the district-wide Parent Advisory Council is next Thursday, September 21st, here at the Wellness Center from 6:30 to 7:30. Board members, I sent out the information about that to you all today. Please send that out to folks in your community. The information will also be online. The topic for this meeting is for folks to find out more about what the Parent Advisory Council does in each cluster and in communities, as well as at the district level. And also there will be some teachers on hand to talk about and give some advice to parents about how to build a solid relationship with your student's teacher during the course of the year. So it should be a great conversation and presentation, and a good opportunity for parents to learn more about how to advocate for their child, both in their own school, and we'll talk a little bit about what the role is of board members, et cetera. So again, that's next Thursday, September 21st, 6:30 to 7:30 here at the Wellness Center. I also wanted to remind folks, and you can find this both on my social media, and I know Abigail has shared it as well on hers, and so other folks would love to have you share about the Kitizenship contest that I sent you all. So Kitizenship is a nonprofit organization that's helping students to think about, and young people to think about, how to engage in their own community. And so they have a contest going on right now where they've asked for young people, this is age 8 to 18, to envision what Nashville could look like in the future. So the idea is that these different submissions from students will be shared with the new mayor and will be shared publicly. And so it just requires a short description of an idea and then a visual concept of that as well. And you can win $1,000. A student, a human between the age of 8 and 18 can win $1,000, y'all, if they enter this contest and are chosen by an esteemed panel of judges, including our very own Dr. Battle, Senator Frist, Ruby Amanfu, who is a fantastic musician, and Representative Justin Jones. And so the contest is now is open now. September 22nd is the deadline, so that's next Friday. So please see and promote that as well. It's Kitizenship, spelled kind of like it sounds. I feel like I had one other thing to say. I just wanted to also say that I do look forward to continuing to have these good conversations about, I didn't say this in my comments earlier, but about both the positives and negatives, opportunities for growth and strengths that we see in our data. And so I'm hopeful that there'll be more conversation after the school level data on TVOS comes out. And as we go forward, I'm eager to dig in more on areas that we can improve, as well as looking for commonalities that exist in places that we're seeing great progress as well. I think we heard some of that tonight, and I'll be eager to hear more of that in the coming weeks. Thanks.
District 9.
Sure. So Westmead Elementary was one of 3 elementary schools that was able to participate in an event today with the National Ambassador for Young People's Literature, author Meg Medina. And the librarian at Westmead, the fabulous Catherine Dykeman, she's the one who wrote the grant that the Library of Congress actually went over and made that decision that theirs was one of the schools that would be allowed to participate. So I'm very proud of them, and that happened earlier this morning, and it was really exciting. So let's just Keep reading, guys. And then finally, there's a family movie night that will be hosted by the Harpeth Valley and Westmead PTOs. It will be on September 22nd at Bellevue Middle School. There will be food trucks that'll open up at 6 p.m. and the movie will begin at 7. So I'll be there with my kids. I hope anybody else who wants to join us is welcome.
What movie are they?
I don't know. We haven't decided.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they might. They last a few years ago. We've always voted, I think. So we'll see.
And I'm sorry, I have one question for Representative O'Hara Block. The Parent Advisory Council meeting, is that open to all parents or only those elected?
No, open to all parents.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep,
Okay,
open to all parents. Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you. So I first want to say for the Charter Commission, as chair of the board, I've decided that I need to be at those meetings to speak on behalf of the board for a decision that was made. I feel like it's unfair for us to only require that of our staff to defend our decision, and so I'm going to start going to those meetings and speaking at them. So I did so, and I appreciate my colleagues, Member Mays and Dr. Nama McKinney being there. Also speaking and being of support of just what the district's decision was. Again, you are able, whether you are on the board or you're just a part of the public, but if you have a stakeholder position, and you do as a taxpayer, into what that decision would be and what you want it to be, deny or not to deny those 2 charter schools that were mentioned, you can send that information in, and as we've already gone over, there's an online form for that, and it's by September 18th. Also mentioned, we had a lot of Sister Cities activity this week as Erbil did I say right? Okay. For a minute, I was like, I said it wrong. Was in town, and we became a sister city with them as the city of Nashville. I had the great honor of them coming to Overton because Overton has the highest Kurdish population in the United States, not just in the state, not just in Nashville, but at Overton specifically. So Overton has a huge diversity programs. They have a ton of different kinds of kids, tons of different languages, lots of important conversations happening at Overton about how to best support our students, but also support their communities, and how to also celebrate them so that they're not losing that part of themselves. And so I really appreciate that they shared that information and were able to shine a light on not just our Kurdish students, but the vast different kinds of students that are there. There were several students that spoke to us that were first generation from 2 different countries. We had a student that was leaving us to go do brain surgery because of our incredible academies model. So it was pretty amazing. But it was super impressive, and I just am so appreciative. That takes a lot of time on our staff to schedule that and to organize it, to let our teachers have their classrooms interrupted by these groups of people coming in, and so I really appreciate that they let us show them off. Mayor Cooper was there. Of course, there was the mayor of Erbil and the governor that's mentioned, and so it was really impressive, and I was super honored and really proud. Next, our next meeting, we're going to have a governance committee meeting at 3:00. And then after that, we'll have our director's evaluation at 4:00. If you, of course, have any governance questions or issues, you want to talk about any policies, please let Member Masters know about that. And director evaluation, as always, is going to continue through Aaron and Berthina. The first meeting in October, we'll have any new committee information come out. Nope, we are not. Thank you for that correction. It's the second meeting in October where I'll have it come out before then, but we'll talk about it publicly, and we'll have it listed before then, of course. The October 10th meeting during the fall break, we are not meeting on that time because it is during fall break. Upcoming in my district, we have Norman Binkley's got their big picnic coming up. Creve Hall and Granbury both have their big fundraisers. Creve Hall is an investment program for their students, and for Granbury, it is a readathon, and there were 2 very eager little kids here earlier that if you would like to give them a penny for every minute that they read, they would love it. So, because I'm tired of them asking me for their pennies. But we'll give them all the pennies because I love them and I love their school. And on that note, I want to say that we love all of our schools, and I really appreciate
how we were able to discuss, of course, the difficulties of being in this position, but also the positives. I'm going to give the last few comments to our student board members because we have someone that's new, and because we're talking about our student outcomes. I think it's important that they get kind of the last say in this kind of important conversation. Sure. Let me hold on one second. But I have heard a lot of us say today things like the public opinion of MNPS is X or Y or Z. And unfortunately, it has historically not been what we want it to be. But I believe, and I actually know that opinion has changed and will continue to change. And a lot of that is because of the people that are inside, not just the support hub or not just up here, us. It is because of the people inside of our schools. And it's also because of our students and our families. And so we are so appreciative to that commitment to us and to MNPS. It takes a lot of work, and I know that kind of strategic partnerships and the strategic conversations that we have led to additional partnerships with community partners, whether it's through additional investments through the city, obviously not the state. That's a whole nother conversation. But we have done some great work, and I'm really glad that we had the chance to celebrate that, and I appreciate that was today while we are still starting the school strong and right after celebration of schools, which is my last point of thank you to all of our staff for that hard work. Celebration of schools, as we have mentioned, is a huge undertaking because we are a huge school system. But that means the amount of planning that went into that, the amount of scheduling, and just purely organizing the cats of it all is an exceptional amount of work that I don't even know how to comprehend because I've not done it. But I really appreciate it. It is really amazing to view and see all of our schools in that capacity. It's also a really great way of, again, communicating that excellence that we have and, of course, showing it. And again, our students deserve to be celebrated, and I think that's a great way of doing it. So I appreciate the work that was done by our staff to make sure that we had that opportunity. I also appreciate all of my colleagues being there. I think that it filled my soul to member masters, and so I think it's really nice that we were all able to be there together. And we had several other representatives and community leaders that were able to come out, and the attendance was bigger than last year, and so I was really just not sure what to expect. So it was really impressive to also see that it's desired, obviously, by the community as well. So, Ms. Member Mays, if you will have yours, and then we'll do junior member and then senior member.
Yes, I just wanted to push this out. We just received a reminder today that one of my favorite events, Principal for a Day, will be November 2nd this year, and you need to register by October 13th. Really? You can go to pencilsforschools.org to register for Principal for a Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Junior board member.
There isn't much that I could say, I guess, because I have only been here for traffic. Fortunately, I was stuck on exit 5 for like 30 minutes, even though I left my house at like 4. It's unfortunate. I came in here with like a broken shoe, like my sandals. But I sense like from everyone in this room, really, it's a great environment. I sensed this when I was being interviewed, especially by Elena. She also mentioned how everyone here has really good intentions, and I think that's what's important. Everyone here is trying their best, and it's a great thing, and it's not something we should ever undermine. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Thanks. We look forward to working more with you and learning more about you. Senior board member.
Hi, guys. Okay, I just want to say, when you brought up board elections, I was like, it's been a year already? I was like, you just got here. But so it has been a great year. Genuinely, I really appreciate everyone in here. Everyone's been so nice, so kind, so helpful, so supportive. This has just been an unimaginable experience. It's just been great. So I appreciate everyone. I also want to echo everything everyone said about our priority schools. As a District 1 resident and a Jones Padilla and Robert Churchill alum, I have a very special place in my heart for priority schools because those schools are so important and those students are so underestimated, and people see a title on a school and they just make so many assumptions, and there are so many talented educators and students, and those schools are just so amazing. And so I always encourage people not to get caught up in priority school, because what does that mean truly when you really go and look in those schools? So I just want to say that. And Board Member Mays brought up White Creek's homecoming, so I had to bring up Hillsboro's homecoming because it's also next Friday, and we are playing James Lawson. So, Board Member Tyler, Christine, I'm sorry. It's gonna have to happen. But so, what I'm saying,
I'll come for you after. It's all right.
You'll get the results next board meeting. I'll let you guys know. Y'all know who's gonna win though. Also, I want to echo Board Member Block and encourage everyone to participate in the Kids Citizenship. I hope I said that right. That was bad. You know what I'm talking about. That sounds so cool. I won $1,000. If I didn't feel like it was a conflict of interest, I definitely would be on there because. It's not. Y'all think, but the judge, Dr. Battle's the judge. Yeah. Trust me, I tried to justify it. I was like, Elena, no, I tried. And then lastly, I just want to welcome Christine. I'm so excited for you to be here. It's my new bestie, guys. It's gonna be great. So you're gonna do great. If you need anything, I got you. And yes, I hope everyone has a great rest of their week.
Thank you so much. Be there no further business. This meeting is adjourned.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.